for the first Rugby League International of 1980. There's the Australian side, and the important change is Les Boyd in the side, replacing Graham Wynne. Graham Wynne, a rather disappointed young man, sitting on the bench for this test match. And Les Boyd goes into the second row with Rod Reddy. Big crowd there, a shot of the main grandstand on the broadcast side of Carwell Park. Graham Quinn, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ryan. Thanks very much to the O10 Network for inviting me up here this afternoon to co-commentate the game. It's very good. It's raining out here at Auckland, and I think it's going to be...
Nice comes to Lulawai. He's put down, and coming in over the top is the New Zealander, Kevin Tamati. Greg Bretnell. Oh, a punch went in there from one of the New Zealanders. From the hooker, in fact, Howie Tamati. It's out to Raudonikis. This is going to have plenty of stick in it, I think. Cronin away from the tackle, floats the ball out to Dowling. Dowling's down to the 22. Dowling looks for support. Good bust by Cronin. Good run by Dowling. Peponis' dummy half now. Rod Morris taking it ahead. 10 metres out from the Kiwi line. Peponis again. Raudonikis switches the point of the attack. Out to Dowling. Turns the pass back to Ray Price in 13. Price gets the pass away. Dropped by Cronin. Picked up and dived over the line. Craig Young. That's the first.
As time is called back on. Morris on his own 22. Mark Graham, the lock forward, is doing a lot of tackling for the New Zealanders. Young.
That's Les Boyd. He can be a match winner. And he's got the pass to Raudonikis. He finds an opening, gives it to Cronin. It goes to Bretnell. Bretnell gives the pass to Anderson. He kicks over, and then he's felled late. He's been felled a mile late. Surely it's a penalty. Yes, it is. Referee Steele giving the penalty for Anderson being felled well after he kicked ahead. And this has put the Australians well and truly down on the New Zealand line. George Peponis taking it out to Raudonikis. He looks for the opening. Had Rod Morris running with him, but the Australians have now lost the ball, and there's an altercation between Tommy Raudonikis and again involves Kevin Tamati, the second row forward. He plays in number 11.
It's the third time he's been involved in something like this, Ray.
Yes, and he's been involved in a couple of incidents in the back play too, Graham, which have gone unchecked by touch judges.
And it just hasn't...
Rides into the ground. Now Raudonikis. Ray Price. Held in the tackle by Gordon Smith, the 5'8". Last tackle for the Australians. Reddy turns it back on the inside to Craig Young. Young slides the pass away to Raudonikis. Out to Bretnell. Bretnell tries to step. Gets the pass away beautifully to Ray Price. Price is looking for a speedy runner. He's picked up Kerry Boasted. Yegan shuts the gate. The horse is bolted. Boasted scores under the uprights for Australia. What a pass. A man who has been tackling for New Zealand. Their lock forward, Mark Graham, having a top game in defence for his side. Raudonikis picked up well by Thompson, or picked out of the air well. There's a replacement on there for the NZers. I'll pick him up in a moment.
Number 14, Lou Hudson.
Craig Young playing the ball back to George Peponis, out to Raudonikis. They're working blindside.
Oh, Raudonikis took a high one. But the little man, he's up and at him. Reddy brushing off a would-be tackle inside the 22. Back it goes to Alan Thompson, and he's filled about a metre short.
A chance for Australia to go in again, though. Peponis is likely to go himself from here.
Toe to head. Alan Thompson dives on it. That's a fair try. Good try. Alan Thompson scoring for Australia, and they're racing away.
It looks shorter. Peponis takes the free kick. On the burst comes Rod Morris. Peponis is the acting halfback. Knocked down by an NZer. That should be tackle count to resume. It's Raudonikis. Craig Young. They're only about 7 metres out from the line now. The ball to be played back to George Peponis. Out to Raudonikis. Swings it out to Cronin. And Cronin allowed to stand in the tackle. On the blind side, Rodinicus. Brentnell goes to the inside, and he's held there by Hudson in 14, the replacement. Alan Thompson.
Dummies, finds an opening, splits them. Oh, great try. Individual effort, but he just stepped off that right foot and like greased lightning, he was through them. And another 5-pointer coming up for Australia.
Thought that should have been a free kick then, right? Came off a New Zealand player and hit another New Zealand player in an offside position.
You thought he was offside, Graham, did you?
For sure.
Well. And the crowd roaring for more. Luluai, Smith. Taken by Price. And flung to the ground. A good break for the Kiwis. That's the second break he's made, this lad.
Good tackle, Gary Dowling.
Dowling was the tackler. And so they throw the ball about. Graham takes it up to the 22.
Over the top was Mark Graham. Rodinicus. And almost through was Les Boyd. But Luluai made the tackle. Craig Young now. Straight up the centre. Turns the pass back to Paponis, away to Rodinicus. It's gone on to Reddy. It's with Cronin. Calls Anderson inside. Anderson in number 5 for Australia is held by Dane O'Hara. Got his pass away to Rod Morris onto Rodinicus. And Rodinicus, Reddy. Rod Morris. Craig Young. Dowling on the burst. Down on the 22 line now. Rodinicus. Reddy. Reddy. Palming him off. Going for the line. And Rocket has scored again. Another test try to Rod Rocket Reddy. Alan Thompson at the 25th and 30th minutes. And Rod Reddy, he scored his try at the 62nd minute of the match, whilst Mick Cronin has kicked 6 from 8 as the final siren sounds, ending this first rugby league test between Australia and New Zealand here at a very damp, cold and bleak Carlaw Park. And we're some 25 minutes after the game now, and Tommy Rodinicus has got his tracksuit on and has been kind enough to come out in this pouring rain to accept not a bad prize, really, from Electronic Sales and Rentals, a national a $5,000 award, Tom, of prizes made up from the range.
Good, thanks very much, Ray. I appreciate it.
Was it tough out there? I called it a spiteful test. Would you agree?
Yeah, it was very spiteful, you know, but we knew we had to sort of to get up early into sort of in the first half and get as many points as we can, because we knew the ground would deteriorate. And you know, when you play away, that the referees, well, you know, they're from New Zealand and we're from Australia, so that's the way that goes. And, you know, we're a very disciplined side, and we copped plenty, but we didn't retaliate because we knew we had to get the points on the board. But against the next test, because we've got one up on the board now, and we're going to be a little bit tougher and a little bit stronger than we were today, and we're going to give a little bit back while we cop today.
Would you throw a champagne party if you got a dry surface to play on at Carlaw Park ever?
Well, mate, that's right. You'd throw a party, but if this was a dry track today, this Australian side is a great side. The young blokes who came in the side proved they are good players. And the thing is, if this was a dry track today, I think we would have beaten them by 35 to 40 points. No risk at all.
Tommy, congratulations again. And you just hold that umbrella up for a second.
Can I give a quick cheerio, Ray?
Yeah, go if you like.
To my wife, Trish, and my 3 little lovely kids, all the best. I'm thinking of you all the time.
Good on you, Tommy. Now, you hold the umbrella up there. The Tooths KB Man of the Match Award, the $300 cash prize, went to Gary Dowling, who had a superb game in a match which really wasn't conducive to Gary Dowling's type of football, but he has come through his maiden test with flying colours. Congratulations, Gary.
Thanks very much, Ray. Yeah.
You didn't score a try, but you made your presence felt with some very hard running. What was it like out there trying to stand up when you're relying on speed and the burst that you certainly can make?
Oh, it was quite hard. As Tommy just said a minute ago, it got worse in the second half. I found it all right in the first half to run. We're using different spikes, which enable us to perform a little bit better.
Yeah, but you made your presence felt more in the second half, I felt.
Oh, they kicked me a little bit in the second half, and you know, got involved a little bit more.
Yeah. What do you think of Carlaw Park in summary?
In summary?
In summary.
Well, the conditions, we're not used to those in Australia, so it's a little bit hard to say. It's probably the worst ground I've played on.
Okay. Gary Dowling, the Tooths KB Man of the Match, and Tom Raudonikis, the Electronic Sales and Rentals and National Man of the Match. From a very wet Carlaw Park, I'm Ray Warren, thanking the two Australians for coming across for this presentation section of our program. I hope you've enjoyed it, and you'll join us around Australia when Network 10 Sport present again the Australians in action against the New Zealanders.